Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Yo, what's up? What is up, good people? Hit the like button up. Mr. Hogan's is here? Let's get into it. Got my miniature Gatorade. Hit the like button coming through the door. Again, the name is Carcino. You could donate to the Cash App as you see on the banner going across. We do read the messages. Outlaw continuously is showing his support for Diddy. Patreon is on fire. I know you're happy, Doug. You loving the Suge Knight stories. Now, Sean Diddy Combs was delivered some bad news. Some surprising news. Very surprising to me. But I think it's bad for Diddy. Now, no. If you yeah, I was going back watching some of it, some of the live that I missed. But there's so much going on in the Diddy situation that y'all are not privy to. Now, Sean Diddy Combs moves by the beat of his own drum. And he don't care who it is out there that, got in his way or whatever. So when all of this suspense was going down, and I remember I was getting my tire done. And while I was getting my tire done, the news had broke that Sean Diddy Combs was suing NBC for this documentary on his life, right? And then you have situations that put other people in bond. So when he had The Reckoning of Sean Combs, all these documentaries was coming out, and it had Diddy on the documentary. They had all these people telling these stories about Diddy. The Netflix, the fall of Diddy. All of this stuff was going on, right? So what they continuously did was make up stories about the mother, and this was $100 million lawsuit at the first beginning scales. So they had their day in court. And the judge decided to dismiss it over Peacock's documentary and said that Diddy was shamelessly defamed with conspiracy theories that has defamed him completely. Mr. Combs filed a suit against the streaming service and its owner, NBCUniversal, last year, as he was defending himself against accusations of sexual misconduct in criminal and civil court. He has vehemently denied sexual abusing anyone, as we all know. But $100 million in damages, that was what was on the table, with all of these different claims made in that making of a bad boy that they had in there. That was one of the main things on the table. So now when they have making of a bad boy, it included all the speculation of the death of Kim Porter with unsubstantiated claims. And this is what really got him hot. Sean Diddy Combs is trying to insinuate that this is something that he did. They tried to paint Sean Diddy Combs as the one who put together the event that led to those people who lost their lives in E2, when it was a female who was responsible for locking the doors and did all of these things. Diddy was just there to help and bring the talent to the event. And yet they put him at the face of it. Knowing he had nothing to do with that event as far as that standards. Gene Deal has done tremendous videos, clips, highlights, everything you could think of to try to tear this man down. Every time you turned around, there was another Diddy video. Yo, he was 3 hots in a cot. Yo, I seen it with my own eyes. I know this man. He was no good. He always said, yo, Gene, mind your business. So that's why, had I seen it, I would have stopped. Ain't no way I would have sat there and let that go down. Not on my watch. So Diddy's mother was attacked throughout these documentaries, you know, and a woman who you've never really seen out in public, heard her involved in any controversy. Gene said she came on to him and was in love with Gene or whatever. I don't know. And all of that was going left and right. But anyway, on Monday, the judge, what's her name? Pedra F. Perry Bond. She's from the New York Supreme Court. All right. She said it's difficult to blame the documentary for his reputational problems when he has a swirl of legal troubles, when the release of the footage of him beating his former girlfriend. It is inconceivable that he was tarnished by numerous lawsuits already before the domestic violence video, press coverage, and a criminal indictment. And last summer, a jury convicted him of transporting individuals for purposes of prostitution, but acquitted him of the more serious sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. And him serving a sentence of more than 4 years in a New Jersey federal prison. His appeal of his conviction, with fighting dozens of cases accusing him of misconduct in the sexual nature that are still working their way through the civil court system. Well, Diddy took issue with that assertion about him in the documentary, especially the one about Kim Porter. his longtime girlfriend, which he got 3 kids with, including those twin daughters, right? She died in 2018 when she was 47. And he said it was deeply distressing, offensive, malicious, and reckless. And that's when he said that was the one that really got him more furious than anything, is what they said about Kim Porter's situation. That hurt his feelings the most. I mean, attacking his mom is one thing, but the Kim Porter situation was even more damage. Even more damning. Now, here's where the major problems kick in at, for those who don't know. Here's where those situations start to go left. See, Sean Diddy Combs and this judge, right? Because they totally lied on this man. But the judge found that the documentary that they put together had included information casting doubt on the murder claim, including when it showed an image of her autopsy reports, which said she died of lumbar pneumonia, and separately noted that the local police did not suspect foul play. So they're definitely right. Now, NBC and the lawyer said, well, they defended the documentary in court, of course, because NBCUniversal is powerful people. These people have practically put down the money that led to the hit on Cosby's son. These are some very dangerous people. So their lawyers defended the documentary in court, saying that if it's presented allegations about Mr. Combs with his range of perspectives, including those of a musical mogul and his own representation, the judge agreed that writing an order that in the documentary demonstrated a nuanced approach that disclosed a biased interview subjects and included responses to the core allegations. And they said this is an important ruling that protects filmmakers and journalists by dismissing meritless complaints. So a lawyer from NBC said in a statement that this is what the law was for. But Diddy got another defamation suit that is still ongoing. He's got this man claimed in interviews to be in possession of videos that showed Diddy in sexual encounters with celebrities, including assaults on people. The man said appeared to be having minors in. Diddy and his lawyer says that footage does not exist and it has never surfaced. So that one is ongoing. Sean Diddy Combs is under attack by a slew of different people that won't believe that this man is innocent and has been railroaded. And they want to destroy his image because they know he's about to get out of jail. They've held him as long as they could, and now they know, damn it, we got to let him out now. They're at the point where they can't come up with any more garbage. They can see the judge made his mistake. What New York is trying to do is protect the integrity of their court system, which is a mess, which is trash. And at the same time, try to make it seem and appear as if oh no, we got everything under control. The end of the New York Knicks season is coming up in about an hour. We'll be enjoying that. Also, John Diddy Combs has a plethora of different occasions put together for this reason here, and this reason mainly. Sean Diddy Combs still owns property. People believe he's broke, he's poor. If he was poor, he wouldn't still have his house. How do you think he still has his house? He still has his plane. His plane makes over $4 million a month being used, and people using Diddy's plane to fly back and forth internationally. It's going from airport to airport. So yeah, Diddy's plane, he still owns it. John Diddy Combs still owns a lot of different properties that they have in place now. See, what happened was this wasn't a court appearance. This was an annihilation and an abuse of the court system in New York. He was never going to win the case. NBC controlled everything in that courtroom. How can you have a documentary spreading falsehoods and not be found guilty of, and said, well, we can't prove that because other lies was told to defame? Well, that videotape was out of you beating Cassie. That ruined your reputation too. But that doesn't give anybody a right to post slanderous lies on Sean Diddy Combs. Kim Porter died of pneumonia. It was in there. They did an autopsy report on her body. She died of lumbar pneumonia. So how can that be lumbar pneumonia? So how could that be Diddy took her life? They did everything in their power to try to make this man seem like a monster because it fits their narrative. It's lucrative for them. They got tons of subscribers to HBO Max and Max itself. The Peacock did their due diligence with theirs too. And all of these lawsuits are still pending. So HBO, who actually said, hey, that was NBC Peacock, our documentary did X, Y, and Z. Both of them are under scrutiny. So now this ruling here, they're going to say we're going to use this ruling to roll this over to the HBO Max and Warner Brothers lawsuit. Right. So by letting NBCUniversal get away with defaming him even further and ruining his reputation by putting out slanderous and criminal and like charges, or trying to make a murder investigation out of something that never was, you know, it was damaged. And they said, oh no, his criminal indictment and other matters, that was the one that ruined his reputation. Not this dick. We didn't do anything. When the majority of charges, litany of them, have been dismissed, I just don't understand how another person can come along and say X, Y, and Z. It just doesn't make sense to me. I never understood it. Yeah, Sean Diddy Combs was someone that was completely different in how he moved and how he went about doing his business, you know, how he conducted his business. He was not someone that was out there trying to make his money off of sabotaging other people. He wasn't the only one doing something. To say Cassie was this angel, people are lying. She admitted in court that she hit Diddy and all this stuff, but you just didn't see the video of it. So because there's no video of it, it's just like, oh, okay, well, let's forget it because there's no video of it. But we saw a video of him grabbing grabbing her jacket, pulling her down, throwing a kick, missing the kick, and then stepped on her leg, on her thigh or whatever. That was all he did. Then he grabbed her and tried to drag her back. That's the extent of the fight. And you saw countless liars come up, uncredible people who would do anything for money, come up and tell the most slanderous, garbage lies they can to try to continuously get money off of Diddy. But that's short lived. And all the stress they did to his mother. She had to go to the hospital because of all this nonsense that they're doing, throwing her in there, saying she's the real mob boss. She controlled everything. And she did this to her son. They were even insinuating that Mama Combs was the one that was like treating, since her husband died, she became like the madam with these gangsters sleeping with people and had a weird attraction to her son. They said so much slanderous stuff about a man's mother that they knew nothing about until this trial. This to show you how vicious these partners are that's in the game. And when NBC won this lawsuit, it's just more slanderous nonsense that they try to put out to destroy Sean Diddy Combs. Terrence Howard is another one. He's another one that's putting out weirdo things when he's got some explaining to do as to why he was out there on that casting couch. I mean, what was when he was on Empire, when he was supposedly the lead in Empire, right? And he called himself mad at me. Hey, I'm not playing. Don't think just because you said it's fair use, you get to say that I ain't did that, man. Don't think it's okay to get to lie on my name. Okay. No, because we ain't doing that. You don't get to lie on my name, Cino. Don't think that protects you, man. Because it don't. It don't. Fair use and all of that don't protect you for slandering a man's character. Nobody has ever been inside of me and violated my manhood and took it because I ain't giving it away. And I ain't gonna let you come along and try to take that, man. I said, oh, really? Well, that was the gist of it. He thought he was out Carcino, and that wasn't gonna happen. Y'all don't remember what he said? I remember what he said. I remember it clear as day. Because he was like in the woods or some crap. You remember that? He was in the woods. He was talking crazy about allegations and stuff. And I was like, oh, Terrence Howard is coming for me. He saw my video and he didn't like it one bit. Now, I've been the biggest Terrence Howard supporter. 100%. I have been a Terrence Howard supporter. But y'all look at him, man. He was like a Memphis blues singer. Y'all need to talk to me before y'all talk about me.
You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open, with his name, his chest out, his chin high. Not hiding behind the keyboard or tucked behind editing clips of fair use disclaimer. You see, citing Section 107 of the Copyright Act does not give you free rein to defame, misrepresent, or harm others' reputation. Fair use is not a shield for character assassination. So here's the simple truth. If you take my words, my image, my ideas, and twist them to feed your fear and inflate your ego, if you profit off of my name while calling me a liar, then be prepared to stand behind your accusations. Because in the old world, men didn't hide behind anything when they spoke against someone. They had to speak it with their whole being.
He was mad at me. He was big mad at me. I said, man, he is mad at me. I said, Terrence Howard is mad at me. You see this? I said, oh, no, he didn't. They was, man, he gonna sue you, see, no. You better be careful. Don't say nothing to Terrence Howard. He's not playing. I said, oh, really? So I said, should I do that or should I be Carcino? Terrence Howard wasn't playing. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. So Terrence Howard wasn't playing, right? So they said, Cino, what? You got to stay away from Terrence Howard, man. He crazy. He gonna do this and that. Don't say nothing to Terrence Howard. So what do you think Cino did when Terrence Howard did this? Shit, I was hiding behind the keyboard with clips and wouldn't show my face and all this stuff. What do you think Carcino did? Did I stay away from Terrence Howard? That's right, Sharon. Do you think I stayed away Or did I do this?
Or at least say my now. Before you talk about me, you need to talk to me, or at least say my name. Mr. Howard, I'm assuming that your statements that you made in your earlier video when I was away on vacation and couldn't respond properly, some of the things in your first stanza was kind of mentioning some things I stated in a video. And I felt that we should probably address some of those things here today in the format that you chose to express yourself. First point that I was making in my statement is that for another black man to seemingly name and come at another black man, in my opinion of what happened, because one, I don't edit a video for anybody. So I never edited anything. That was the edit done by the people who made the video. Whoever made the short for their company made that clip the way it was. So it was unedited. So if that part was aimed at me, don't even know where you got it from. But the point that was being made in the video, as I went back and watched the entire thing, I could clearly see a pattern in which a black man was being targeted, in my opinion. And I felt that was very unfairly that another black man would go up there and do that by carefully wording what he was saying, but also stating that that man did nothing but stare at him and invite him to a party. And someone else made that accusation about said man. Now, with all of that being assessed, we have to get to the grit. Now, what you do in your personal life is your personal life. I don't care. I barely make any content. Probably, I can't even think of the last thing I might have mentioned you in. We were a fan of your work as a thespian. And I think you was miscast in Red Tails. But besides that, anything else you've done solid as a thespian, as a work, and a colleague in this business. Now, apart from that, going into what you were talking about, man card, that you hashtag right here, I would not be hashtagging man card if it wasn't for this video. A man should never have to say man card. Do you understand? A man should never have a card to pull his manhood away from him. That does not mean you're a man because you hashtag man card. And for some people that don't understand that, I understand it fully. Like, I understand that this hat did not come from the men's department. I understand that as a man, you either man or you're not. That's just, ideal and absolute. So that's the situation in a nutshell. And I just think that a man who's coming up fighting for his life on trial, who you, in the statement of that interview, never accused that man of doing anything nefarious towards you, besides staring at you and inviting you to a party, why would you even want to make a comment knowing what that man is facing in a negative way against that said man? I felt that was wrong, so that they can paint the picture and make the assumptions that they did towards that said man, when that said man, according to your words in that interview, had not done anything inappropriate to you. Now, your mathematical equations, I
Now, so if we go back to the Terrence Howard situation, right? And you flip back to what I was doing with mine, I think this was spot on. Like I said, dog, you didn't get that hat from the men's department. And you screaming about man car. So now what I did was, once I saw this video, I was on vacation. I was flying back. So when I flew back, as soon as I got off the plane, I'm in the Uber coming back from the airport. So with my bags, I go stop at I stop at like Walmart or something. I'm just like, let me stop here. Went to Walmart, grabbed a hat. I looked at the hats. I said, let me go to Walmart and see what hats they got. And I was looking for one that was like similar, had the black thing going around and all. And I was just like, damn, I'm in the female department. I'm like, well, that hat looked kind of close. I was like, grab that hat, get back in the Uber, get back to the house. I was like, that outfit he got on, I think I got 2 shirts that I could wear that's close to that in the crib already. So I was like, I know I got a light blue shirt or a blue shirt like that. And I think I got a green shirt with that white hat. I was like, I think I got that. So I said, let me go ahead and see what I can put together real quick. I went there, watched his video one time, and went ahead and did it almost word for word how he did it, and expressed my point of view. So this hat you'll never see again, because I took it back straight to Walmart right after I made the video. I got my money back. I wasn't keeping the hat. So this hat is a 1-of-1. It was used for this video and never saw again. I got my Cowboy Carter hat because it was like the Cowboy Carter thing going on here at that time. All right, so I had to put the straw hat on, man, and we had to match Terrence Howard's thing and him being in the woods. I was like, oh, he in the woods too? Oh, this is going to go perfect. So I think this was a great adaptation response to Terrence Howard's video, man. Only thing I forgot was the beads. I was supposed to grab some beads, but I wanted to get my thoughts out ASAP. Yep. Now, that's the part that I wanted to have explained. How did you sit there as a black man, right? A man of color, sit there and say that that man who never did anything to you in your interview You never said Diddy did one thing to you. You said Sean Diddy Combs went ahead and did X, Y, and Z, but never did anything to you. That's where the bizarreness kicks in at. You never said Sean Diddy Combs did one thing to you. You see, that's where it gets disturbing. Oh, none of these people understand anything, man. They only understand what is waved in front of their faces. So if you don't have that in front of their face, they're not going to be able to suffice. They're going to come up with a reason, an excuse not to do this or not to wave their hat or move in a different direction. These people are going to move to the beat of their own drum. And as long as they're doing that, everybody's going to be overwhelmed. They're going to feel like they don't have enough. It's going to be crazy. Bill Cosby is innocent, sir. Bill Cosby is innocent. That's why he's at home. They knew he was innocent the whole time. The whole thing was done by who? NBC. The same people Diddy just tried to sue. So it's amazing that the first time his son Ennis died by a hit that was done on the side of the highway, right? Right when he wanted to buy NBC. And he was on CBS and was doing his show Cosby, which was on CBS. He left NBC to go to CBS to do Cosby. And while filming Cosby, they took his son's life. Next thing you know, Cosby show, all of that was done. Because people forgot this is some murderous business. It's a lot of people on the other side of the ground because of this business. Yeah, I see. He's talking about some I'm out. Yeah, I know. Troll. Cosby was 100% innocent. Yet they tried to act like he just was going around drugging people. All of the charges they talking about is like from 1970 and all of that. It's like, oh, she gave her a Spanish fly. Back in the day, back in 1960, then the woman who was this masculine like tennis player who claimed that she messed around with Cosby or something back in the day. It was like, okay, you got down with Cosby. You know, they thought Bill Cosby was supposed to be the character. He's Cliff Huxtable. Like, Bill Cosby is a great family man. Cool. No, it's actually my sinuses that's making my face puff out today. Yeah, it's my sinuses is in overdrive right now. Oh yeah, sagging on stem, baby. Still doing big things. Well, when people understand something, they normally don't have to explain it. So when the judge made that decision, they didn't even think about it. Whatever the lawyer said for NBC, the judge just went along with it. It was crazy. They never had a fair trial. And it's New York. Like the guy said, Sino, it's New York. We know how New York work out here. Like you just finding that out, the rest of the world ain't finding that out. They know it's New York. Cosby was innocent the whole time. And that's why he's at home, but they destroyed his reputation. The man doesn't even leave his property anymore. He just sit at home. He don't even go anywhere because the world is crazy. He's almost legally blind, so his vision is so poor right now. He could barely see. He's got to be led around the house. But Cosby got money. He got money. He got money. Now, with all of that was going on, did you see that they did not, with all that was happening, that they didn't take the Cosby Show off the air? And people was like, they should take Cosby Show off the air and cancel him. He's getting money off the Cosby Show. Why do you think they didn't do it? They didn't take the Cosby Show off the air because the Cosby Show is not just making money for Bill Cosby. It makes money for those other people that were producing that show as well. They're not black. And they're like, hey, wait a minute now. That might be a little too harsh. Hmm. Well, when you have people who do things that just don't make sense, or the dialect or whatever you put in place is just, you turn a blind eye to it. That's what we do now in America. We just turn a blind eye to everything. Oh, you talking about 3J? 3J? Oh, yeah. Will this be the Jalen Brunson bounce back game or what we feared? The end of the New York Knicks. You heard what they're doing, right? They got the strippers from Magic City, the workers from Magic City, they're sitting at the game courtside, like they all around, and then they finna be. It's an after party at Magic City tonight. So those girls that's there watching the game, right after the game over, it's time to go to work. So yeah, it's gonna be up. And Saturday night they got like this wing thing they're gonna do, and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Should I go live for the Knicks in Atlanta tonight? I don't know. What do you think the Knicks player is gonna be? They're gonna be at Magic City. They know they going to Magic City. How many you think them Knicks players ain't gonna sneak out and go to Magic City? They finna get up with these chicks. Trust me, they finna get up with these broads. It's gonna be up. Angel Reese Salty, she blocking everybody. Oh my God. That is crazy. She blocked me. I wonder why. She probably said block, 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 and block. Seeing Isaiah at the Pistons game, they weren't gonna lose in front of Zeke. Seeing what Asua Thompson did. So what we doing, man? Outlaw, you betting this game? What's happening? Holla at me. Outlaw, what we doing? You want to bet tonight's game? You gotta let me know, Outlaw. Are we betting tonight's game or not? You know what? Oh, he bluffing. All right. Since you bluffing, I'm gonna let you off. Let you off the hook tonight. Now sit back and watch your Knicks self-destruct. If we do the money line, I'm with it. Let's do the money line then. Fine, money line. I got Atlanta. You got the Knicks. You like that better? We gonna bet both games. We betting games 3 and 4 in Atlanta. You want to do that? Spread is like 1.5. The Knicks are favored by 1.5. I'll waive it. But we gotta bet every game from here on out. You ready to do it? Nah, just this game. Okay, fine. Just this game. We'll bet 50 just on this game. How about that? You okay with that, Outlaw? Okay, there we go. We'll do 50. All right, we got a bet for tonight. I got Atlanta. He got New York. Okay, it's a solid bet, Outlaw. Now come on, Atlanta. Let's take them out. No, but that's Outlaw. He only want to bet if there's an advantage for his team. You know, he don't never have no faith in the Knicks. He never grabbed his balls and bet it all. You know, he can't do that. So anyway, let me get ready for this game now since I got money on it. All right, Outlaw, you on the books for 50.